We will now go over how to implement your brand settings across your entire website. We will start by going into the WordPress dashboard and clicking over the Divi tab and hitting the Theme Customizer button. What you do here, just like in the Theme Builder area, will make changes across your entire website. So we're going to start in the General Settings area, and we're going to click on General Settings, and we're going to go to Site Identity. You're going to put your site title in here. This information is what's going to show up on Google searches and up here in this bar. So you want to put in your business name and your site title. You could make the site title the same thing as your tagline, or just what type of business you are. And then right here is your favicon or your site icon. This is what shows up in this little area up here in the tabs, or on your phone when you send a text message with a link, or when you add your page to like Facebook. So that favicon needs to be 512 by 512 pixels. And to change the image, I already have it put up there, but you'll go into your media library and select it from there. Or if you haven't already uploaded it, you want to go ahead and upload that now. You can click Select Files and find your favicon. It needs to be 512 by 512, or you can actually do a drag and drop into that area. So once you have that set and you've uploaded your favicon, it will show up here, and we're going to back out. Don't hit the X button. You want to hit that back arrow. Next, we're going to go over the layout settings. If you want to change the theme accent color, you can change that here by inputting your hex color or clicking one of the colors or drag and drop. You want to back out by clicking that back arrow. Typography. Now, this is where we are going to make across the board changes to your font settings, your font colors, and your buttons. So if you want to change that body text size, in the areas that are defaulted, the text size, and that I haven't changed manually, you'll see what I mean. So when I change to 16, you see that this body text size isn't changing because I set that body text size to be a little bit bigger than the default. Very few areas are like that throughout the website, and where it is like that, I have detailed it in each individual page setting. So you'll see if you change the body text size here that does change this area down here. So if we go up in size, it makes this bigger. It makes it bigger in some of the other areas as well. So you can change that there. Body line height has to do with how far apart everything is. You can change that there. Header text size is how big the heading text is. And so you'll see that changes that drastically. Header line height is how far apart the heading spacing is. You can change the header font style, and you can add it to be bold, italic, uppercase. Header font, this is where you are going to change it to match your branding. So I have it set as Cedarville Cursive. You can change it to whatever you want. These are Google fonts, so if you want to sift through the Google Fonts offerings before you come in here and pick, you can do that. So you can change that there, and you'll see that it made an across-the-board heading change all across your page. So all of the other pages have this across-the-board change going on too. So when you change that here, it's changing it everywhere that I've had it default set in the header font. So that was pretty easy. So to change the body font, same thing. Once you change it here, it'll make across-the-board changes, and everywhere that I have set the body font as default. Very few areas, again, have been set to something different other than default, so that this is easier for you to change. And if I have set it to something other than default, I do let you know in each tutorial for the page. So to change that body font, you can change it there. You can see how quickly that change goes into effect. Let's change to something a little bit more readable, if we can come across something. So that change implemented across the board. Body link color. So if you had a link in within your text or a link anywhere in here, it would highlight the body link color and it would make it so it's obvious that it's a link. So you can change that here. The body text color. is the default text color that is in there. You can change it to whatever you want. You'll see that that makes an across-the-board change. Header text color is the heading text color. You can change that to whatever you want. You'll see that that made an across-the-board change as well. So once you've done that and you're satisfied with the colors that you've set, you're going to want to click back. And background color, I haven't set anything, so you don't need to do that, anything there. Hit back one more time, and we're going to change the default buttons. I have almost all of the default or the buttons set to default, so when you make a change in this theme customizer, it's going to make changes across the board. The only exception is in your footer and your header area that we already went over in previous tutorials. So across your website, we can change the button style. We can make the text size bigger. We can change the text color here. You'll see that that automatically adjusted the color. We can change the background color by clicking there, and it'll change the background color of the button. You'll see that there's an RGBA, which means that it is set to be transparent. And that bar right here will remove the transparency. You can make it slightly transparent, you can make it all the way transparent, or you can make it not transparent at all. The border color is the color that is around the button. You can change that here. Border radius has to do with how circular is the button. Do you want it completely square? So that would be 0. Or do you want it like super rounded? And that would be 45. So you change that there. Letter spacing obviously is how spaced apart the letters are. Button fonts. The button font is set to Open Sans. If you want to change it to something else, you would do that there. And you'll see that this button didn't change because that button isn't set to default. We'd already changed it in an earlier tutorial. But you'll see that all the other buttons across your website did change. Again, this button up here in the secondary header area did not change, but everything else across the website did. So once you are done with changing out the button styles and changing out the font styles, you can go in and you can click that publish button. But real quick, this is something I will cover later on, but I just wanted to go over it real quick in case you don't want to watch all of the videos. Under homepage settings in the theme customizer is where you will set your homepage. You'll want to click a static page and then click from the pages that you already have uploaded and started on your website, and you'll want to click that homepage and then click publish. So when you're all done with all the changes in the theme customizer, it's very important, click that publish button. If you click exit without saving, all these changes will not be saved.